Good evening. Happy Memorial Day and weekend, actually. Welcome to another Unstoppable with a Contagious Smile. My amazing soulmationship partner, Michael, is here,
Howdy, y'all.
and we are taking a break as we have been purging through our home.
Is that what you call it?
That's what most people call it.
Most people say spring cleaning.
Well, we're not most people. That's for sure. We're not most people. So I'm so thrilled you have the day off tomorrow. That's so nice. You have a pretty big week coming up this week too, don't you?
I was just thinking about all the naps I could take tomorrow.
Negatory, mi amore.
What?
What?
It's Memorial Day.
So?
It's time to relax.
What?
Yes, relax.
What?
Look at all this work I've accomplished today.
Are you on drugs?
I've moved everything from this pile to
another pile. That's not making progressive steps in the right direction. You have a big week coming up this week.
Okay.
What you got going on?
You tell me.
Well,
I don't rightly know.
don't act like you didn't say that.
I'm in the dark.
What you doing this week on Friday?
Okay.
No, you're not. You're off.
That's right. I'm off.
You have a very short work week.
So why am I off?
Because it's your and something else big is happening that day.
Really? Detail. Oh, you're getting hitched again.
I'm getting hitched again?
Yes.
Aren't you getting hitched again?
Yes.
Don't sound so excited. I have to say, I look at you and all of a sudden I'm like, damn, I want my cracked fries. Now, before anybody says anything about what is a cracked fry, let me just be specific. And I told this to Zaxby's. And my husband will have to put his 2 cents in here. You go to Zaxby's, they have these loaded fries. And I don't even eat the fries. Let's call a spade a spade. I don't eat the fries. It's chicken, cheese, bacon, and ranch. And I asked them when I went, I was like, do you sprinkle crack or something on this? Because these are sick. They're so good. It's not even funny. Do you agree?
Yes, but I think sick went out in like the 80s.
Well, I'm old. Not as old as you, but I'm old. You said I was getting hitched. You didn't get all excited that you were getting hitched.
Oh, I'm doubly excited.
Why are you doubly excited?
Because I'm getting married to the love of my life for like the fourth time in a row.
For which time?
Third or fourth.
What?
I'm getting old. I can't remember.
Uh-huh.
They call me Mr. Kraft.
I have no idea. So my husband's trying to be sweet, ladies. Let me just give you the 411 on this one. So last night he's all being sweet, and I call him stucco when he does that because it's like, here nor there, as all the ladies know how that works with our man. And he makes a comment that he will love me till his very last breath. And I'm like, oh my God, so sweet. And I'm thinking, wow, he really is trying to be all lovey-dovey sweet. What's gotten into him? Faith comes in with this eat shit and grin on her face. And I'm like, what's going on, Faith? And she goes, don't let him fool you. That was the line in the movie we just watched for our movie night. What? She totally called you out.
He always busts you. You're a rat.
She always busts you. But I was just like, was that? And he tried to avoid me. And I was like, excuse me, sir. Was that a line in the movie? I don't rightly know, ma'am.
It was. We just finished watching Dune Part 2. And
I was just like, for a moment, I was like, oh. And then I was like, ugh, because men try to get away with some shady shit. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah.
So yes, I got a birthday coming up. I got a wedding coming up, and we are purging the house. So yes, this has been a busy weekend.
Yeah.
I've had my old man nap. And
I made you your favorite dessert.
we got some nanner pudding.
What?
Nanner pudding.
Oh, is this going to be our redneck word of the show?
No.
Nanner?
Redneck word of the day is
lure. Lure.
Right. Do y'all know what a lure is?
Allure means to bring you inward, to
No,
bring you
a
towards
lure.
me,
A lure.
to bring you towards me.
However you pronounce it and see this in your mind, it's a lure.
So to bring you towards me.
It's a
Lure you in.
fishing lure.
What?
Everybody knows what a lure is.
Nobody knows what half your language is. We need to make a dictionary of your language.
I told you, buddy already did that.
You might be a redneck ish. He was so nice when we met. Jeff Foxworthy was incredible. He loved faith. Who doesn't?
All your celebrities you've met have been great so far, right?
I'll plead the fifth.
Any of them been a-holes?
I plead the fifth.
Okay. I must not know about it.
I plead the fifth.
Oh, I might recall one.
Yeah. We've
Anyway.
had some great people. Oh my goodness, some absolutely phenomenal people. And we've had maybe one or two that was like, oh.
So I meet a lot of folks out there on the road because I'm a roadie, doing my day job, and these people have this, a similar story. They've been in X relationship with X monster, and they do come on our show. So y'all have a hankering to tell your story, come on our show.
A what?
Hankering.
Hankering. What's a hankering?
You got a hankering. You need to get it out.
Like a handkerchief?
No.
A hankering.
contagiousmile.com should be contact us at the bottom of the page with our
And then
emails.
it says hankering?
No.
Hankering.
See, there's somebody right now.
Oh, is that what that is?
You ever turn off your phone during our show?
Yes, it is off. It just has this like text thing. But because I'm deaf, it does that really bright light and it makes that little I'm not falling for that. It makes that little bright light thing. Hey, so let's talk about this for a minute. Every time I turn around, I'm telling you about another teenager or kid who is doing like the most violent stuff. It's crazy. Like I don't remember what state it was in, but the boy who literally just turned 13 and his mom had a week-old little girl in the room with her and the baby was asleep, and he went in there and stabbed his mom 46 times. I mean, that's crazy. And the family is rallying, saying he doesn't deserve to go to jail for it. Does that little girl deserve to grow up without a mom? I mean, it's crazy. Now, I want you to think about this for a second. In 2023, last year, and this comes from the K-12 Violence Project, is where this came from. There was 346 shootings, but only 195 schools. So you have 195 days in school, 346 shootings. This year, in 2024, and you're talking about January to now, and you have spring break and yada, yada, yada. There's already been 133.
That's crazy.
I mean, that's ridiculous.
All this state lottery money goes into schools supposedly.
Mm-hmm.
We know that there's security measures in place. I visited some of the elementary schools not too long ago, and I've seen the gate you have to code in, the cameras there, the metal detector, the school resource officer there.
Ooh, some of them run.
Maybe one, and you drive by any high school and you'll see, 1 to 2 squad cars out front or parked somewhere near the front.
They're school resource officers.
And, I don't know what they're doing. I was never a school resource officer. I never was a cop that did part-time at a school, so I don't know what goes on there. I cannot speak on their behalf or, against them. But apparently, whatever we're doing is not enough, or the system that they have in place is just inadequate. because the kids are still getting guns inside the school. They're walking in with them in their clothes on their body or
It's on their person somehow, somewhere.
somehow. Yes.
But, and also suicides in teens are going through the roof too. There's been over 1,000 already this year. And they're saying that the reason that the kids are committing more gun related suicides is the ability to access them. That, they're able to reach up and grab one. I don't know about you, but like growing up, both biological and grandparents always had a gun. My grandparents had a very stern conversation with me about, guns don't kill people, people kill people. And no matter what the gun has on it, the safety is your finger. That's the safety. I mean, you're talking about in the 80s. And I never tried to pick it up. I never tried to look at any of them or, whatever, even though I really wanted to. And little did I know back then I would be a gun nut like I am now. But I think it's about also educating our kids and telling them somebody broke into our home. It's our responsibility as your parent to protect the family. I mean, somebody comes into our home and tries to do bodily harm on us. We have the right to defend ourselves.
I've always believed somebody breaks in the home, they're coming to rape, steal, and kill. Those are the three things. So yes, I wonder what the statistics were. That's my redneck coming out. Were back in like 1850s, 1860s, 1888, where most citizens open carried firearms, and they were taught at a young age to respect firearms. And wonder what the suicide rate was back then with a firearm.
I don't rightly know, sir. I know you can go to Walmart or whatever, and
that's okay, corral.
Everybody's carrying, but like now you go to Walmart, there's stabbings and shootings and stuff all the time. Like,
don't forget these big amusement parks.
Oh yeah, that's crazy. It's like, where can you go that's safe anymore?
Right.
Where can you go?
I want to take my family out to a park. Right. Maybe that's going to be the next thing. I don't know. You hear, I was a cop at one of the local malls down where we live, and we had about 8 officers at the mall at any given time. And there's hundreds of teenagers at the mall,
and that mall wasn't one of the biggest.
The movies.
Yeah,
the parents drop them off, and they're there all day.
Yep.
It's a big babysitter. So the kids are gonna try to get away with whatever they can. And I'm glad I came home, not ever having to shoot a kid.
I remember,
that would be hard
to live with. I remember that you asked me to go watch that Tupac movie with you because you guys were doing the security for it, and we were watching from a different room because everybody thought violence was going to come out in that movie.
Mm.
And that was way back when.
Yeah, I don't recall that. But thank you for being in my six.
I always got your six. I always get your six. Always. Always, always. I just don't understand. I mean, you can't go anywhere anymore and feel like it's a safety thing. I mean, what really shocked us is when Faith was in the hospital, they even have a code. We don't want to say what it is because it might give stuff away, where it's for aggressive, violent parents. Now, I understand if there's like a conflict on custody things or whatever, but you can't even be in a kid's hospital. I mean, where can you go? Literally, where can you go and feel, okay, it's safe. I'm safe where I am.
That's true.
It's scary.
Yeah, I think my wife's a little tired. She's been busting ass today. She's
I haven't been sleeping.
Y'all ought to see her. She picked up this huge box. It's one of the black containers.
It's a 60-gallon.
and she picked it up, and I caught her out of the corner of my eye, and she placed it on the ground. And
it was full.
And it registered that my wife has one arm. How the hell did she just pick this box up?
It was full too.
And it's at least 2.5 feet long.
And it was full.
It was full. Yes, I think they got that.
Okay.
So they now know you are amazing.
Well, I had just made banana pudding for you, and it was frustrating because trying to open like the vanilla extract, and I couldn't get the doggone top to come up, and I'm trying to open it, and I spill it everywhere. And I'm like, okay, that's not going to go well for me. And then I take the Cool Whip, and it gets on me, and I'm like, this is ridiculous. Like this is, and then like the condensed milk, I go to open it, and I get that everywhere on my hands, on the counter. I'm like, I just cleaned this counter. And it's very frustrating. And so I was like, all right, that's it. So after the whole like banana pudding thing, and I'm trying to clean and get all the stuff clean and organized, I was like, oh, my cookies, because I bake or cook when I get annoyed and frustrated. And so my husband woke up from his nap again, and he had all sorts of treats waiting.
I had one.
You had two. You were asleep on the couch. You want me to get Faith?
I don't recall.
It's because you were unconscious.
So speaking of being an amputee, you get frustrated.
It's very annoying.
Then why don't you just give up?
Because
why do you push yourself when you cannot physically grab something with your left hand that you don't have?
I don't have a left hand.
Right, that you don't have. Why not just get frustrated and give up?
Because that's not who I am.
Mm.
Like I was telling Michael earlier that I had such an amazing, we're not going to say his name, rapport with my limb and hand recovery specialist. And when I went to see him last, he told me, Victoria, I'm really concerned because you have this mindset that you still have two hands and two arms. And you have this mindset that you can do things that you no longer can do. And you need to accept it that you can't do more things than you can do. There is much more you are no longer able to do than there are things you can do. And I was like, look, I can tie my shoe by myself, like a regular everyday everybody's wearing.
Y'all better not be laughing about that.
But seriously, I can. You've seen me do it. I can.
Y'all tie your shoe one-handed. Yes.
Tie my shoe one-handed.
Yes.
And he was like, that's fine, but there's so much more you're not capable of doing anymore, and you're not letting that sink in. You're not accepting that. And I was like, no, I'm not. But here's the thing. And he goes, I know it's painful. And I looked at him and I said, how do you know? You have both hands. There's a difference. You get to go back into the OR. I don't get to just sign the way I used to in sign language and do all sorts of other things anymore. And here's the thing, and I said this to Dr. Blank, was that, and my husband will be the first to say, that every time I've had a surgery, regardless of what it is, I don't take any pain medication, right?
Correct.
Not even a thing. I don't even get the scripts filled. I said, don't write them because I'm not going to go get them. No pain meds, no nothing. Amputation, both jaws replaced with all these metal parts, and I don't do it. And I said to him, if I can maintain a life of pain as I have, and I don't take pain meds, I don't go to pain management, I'm not followed by pain management, then I'm not the person that can be told, hey, you're not going to be able to do these things. I mean, I'll figure it out, and I might injure myself along the way trying to find a way that makes it work. But giving up is no different than Faith giving up with what she just went through. How can I ask her to fight like she does and has? But then I don't myself when it comes to the same things.
I'm still PO'd at a couple of people.
Without saying names.
Yes, without saying names. And you know exactly what I'm going because
hey, go ahead.
We're on the same page.
We always roll.
And I will not forgive you until you ask for forgiveness from Faith and my wife. Y'all know who you are when y'all told us to let her go. When she was extremely sick lying in that hospital bed, fighting for her life with everything she has. And y'all told us to let her go. Y'all told us to give up. I don't hate you, but you come pretty damn close. Okay? We will never let our kids go. Okay? Y'all listening? Y'all need to apologize tremendously to that little girl.
We never told her,
I know.
but we never told her who said those things. I mean, and what angered me is that those individuals weren't the ones that devoted their life to her. You know, they don't know. It's no skin off their teeth to make that. You know, they don't sit there day in and day out. You know, oh, maybe it's better for her. You just need to let her go. And I'm sorry if you want to put that out there. Then there's also people. Oh, my foot just went to sleep.
But they have both been in her life for many years.
Yes. Yes.
I don't even know how long. Yes.
But then we have people who didn't even check on her at all.
That's correct.
That it was Christmas time. And these are, I hate the term family members because just because you have a DNA relation doesn't mean that they're family.
For those of y'all who did ask about Faith and who's continued to ask, thank y'all.
Absolutely. Thank you.
I had a fella, our next door neighbor ask about her today. And I haven't seen this guy in months and months. First thing out of his mouth was, how's Faith? How's your daughter?
Right. But then we have people who are only related to us by DNA who not only because it was Christmas time, didn't even reach out to either one of us to say Merry Christmas or anything on the small chance that they didn't know what was going on, but they did. I mean, playing devil's advocate, but they knew. All of them knew, and none of them even reached out to say a word. And I'm sorry, I know Faith is mine, but she has never done any wrong to anyone. She has not deserved to have. That kid has fought through hell in a handbasket and back again, and to have family, if you want to call yourself that, not even, and it's on both sides of our family. It's on both sides of the fence here, his and mine. Not reach. See, everybody's agreeing that you don't even go and reach out and check. I mean, what if it was you laying in that bed? Not you as in my husband. You as in that person, if you want to call them a person, or people that didn't even reach out. I mean, how do you do that when you have children yourself? I just don't get it. I don't understand people's mindsets.
I don't either. But I'm glad I have you. I'm glad I have her. Got two other knuckleheads over on the other side of the city. And we got my dad, my stepmom coming up for this wedding. So
Our cousin.
We're gonna try to get my dad on air.
That's gonna be so much fun. We are going to do a roast Michael.
Oh no.
Yes, we are, because it's already been talked about. We're doing a roast Michael podcast. It's gonna be so much fun. It's gonna be so much fun.
I'm looking forward to it.
Hey, I had to hear some stories the last time your dad, who I really love, was on the phone with you. And the similarities literally made me, that's what you need. Instead of a diet pill or whatever, listen to your in-laws talk about the similarities that they have in common on certain subjects. They're all sexual. It's really eye-opening and stomach-turning. I mean, seriously, I don't want to imagine. I look at him like a dad, and it's just that's all I got right now.
Y'all stay tuned. It is coming what
well, we air it and then when we put it out, it's different. But
a week or two.
What are you gonna do this time during our ceremony? You always do something. How about you just be really super sweet on this one? Because
Fine, I'll be super sweet.
But don't be like you pulled over at the waterfall. Don't do that to me again. That was not okay.
What happened at the waterfall?
So we're getting our
Hitched.
sure again, which we do every year. And all of a sudden, we have the same wonderful lady who does it. She's amazing. And so we're at this beautiful waterfall, and we're about to exchange vows. And one of the years prior to that, my husband, we decided we were going to write our own vows. So I wrote beautiful vows as a writer, and my husband goes, "I love you. It's about time." And I'm looking at him like, "Okay." And he goes, "Oh, that's it. That's it. What? Those are my vows. Did you write them in crayon?" Like, that was it. So we're at the waterfall, and I'm like, "What's he gonna pull this year?" Because every time something else. And he all of a sudden reaches in his ass pocket for his cell phone. And I go, "Are you kidding me right now?" And I'm thinking, whatever it is, that phone is going to learn to swim because I'm tossing it into the waterfall. And he's like, "I'm sorry, I got to do this. I'm sorry. Just wait 1 second. I apologize." And I am literally dumbfounded. And then I see that my husband wrote his vows on the phone so he wouldn't forget them. But I don't think I'm doing the story justice because you played it out big time.
Both of y'all's face was like,
No, Faith was like,
I can't believe this mother.
"No, I didn't curse. We have a person
no,
of God there."
you didn't. But the expression was,
Faith said, "Dad, you're going swimming." I mean, seriously, you're going swimming.
it was hilarious.
I have had people ask what makes us click and what makes us work so well together. How would you respond to that?
So I go back to the beginning.
No, no, no.
In the beginning, I did a lot of whoring around.
I didn't say it.
And having done that to another wife with my current wife, I had to get all those skeletons out of the closet. So I sat before my lovely redheaded vixen right here in front of me that I look at her eyes every time we do a podcast, and just open my soul to her about every little thing. And that tremendously helped our relationship because there's absolutely nothing hiding under my bed, in the closet, in the back seat of the trunk of the caddy, out in the tool shed. There's nothing there that she doesn't know about. And we even have a book that we wrote all our passwords, all our logins for everything we have, every site, every little detail. It's in there, and any one of us can access either at any time.
And we freely hand each other our phones and say, "Here."
So that helped tremendously. Now the other side is we click. When I tell my wife that, "Babe, I was looking at this red broom today with a yellow handle and I really liked it," and she looks at me and said, "Babe, guess what I bought you today at the store? A red broom with a yellow handle." And it's just that kind of connection that makes us click so much.
Perfect example is the water bottle.
The water bottle,
How I did that to you.
the swimming pool.
No, the
Yes.
water bottle I just gave you when I showed it to you.
So I mentioned to my wife that it's getting hot and I need to start drinking lots of water. I said, I need to get me a good thermos bottle, big, that holds, good water and.
And I'm cheap.
So I come home
You
and
agree
she
with that,
says,
right?
"No, you're frugal." And she
Well,
says, "Here."
money's tight.
I open a box up and guess what, y'all? It's a water bottle. It's purple. Okay, I'm securing my manhood. And it's nice, it's lidded and spill proof and all that. And I was like, "This is great, babe. What if it was only a little bigger?" She looks at me already knowing, picks up another box, hands it to me. An enormous water bottle. Same type, same color, same thing, just enormous. I was like, "See, that's her," because she already knew that that
You had a big
the
mouth.
little one wouldn't be adequate for me. You know, I would appreciate it. She knew that, but she knew that I wanted something a little bit bigger. That just doesn't sound right, does it?
No.
Okay, let's move on.
But what keeps us so good together? Like it's questions that I get asked. Everybody loves our chemistry. Everybody loves our, the way we.
Well, everybody needs to buy your
podcast
books.
together. We're
Maybe they'll
tired of
learn
everything
something.
now. What makes us click so well?
You won't let me
together?
divert.
No, you're not going to left.
I've done named like 18 things.
Well, I'm answering questions that people ask.
Okay. What makes us click?
You answer.
I just answered. Your turn.
He's hot.
It's like 80 degrees in here.
I don't mean temperature. I mean like you're hot.
Whatever.
Whatever, me. And the thing is that people ask me a lot, you were the other woman. And he's sitting right here. I didn't know I was the other woman. And he asked me a question the other day. Do you remember what it was?
Huh.
Which of the three was it?
Oh, yes.
Was I naive? Go ahead.
Let's say, I forget now. Were you naive and just I forgot what did I say?
Did I just not care? Was I naive? I don't remember the other one because I was so stunned by the question.
Or did you know and didn't want to admit it?
Right. And what do you think the answer was?
Well, as you pointed out, I was exceptionally good at lying and covering my tracks. So,
Well, yes. But what people don't realize is that like I traveled for work. We lived very far apart geographically. I worked days, you worked nights. You would call me every day asking to see me at night. Come up and see you, come up and see you, come and see you. You were staying at my apartment. Like, so I didn't understand. There was no idea that you had someone else because you stayed with me all the time. You had stuff at my place. Like, I spent 3 nights with you in one of your apartments. And, you took me to see the house that you bought. Before you bought the house, like a year and a half before that, we went looking at places together to move in together. And that I can name the exact places each one was.
okay, so what's the point here?
Because people asked, how did you live with being the other woman? I didn't know I was the other
No,
woman.
they asked what makes y'all click
It's
together.
the honesty that we have now. Is that
Okay.
you have to be, upfront. And there are things that we've talked about that weren't easy. We put them in a box and we said we're not touching them again. Like this box is going into the Pacific and it's never to be reopened. There are things on both sides that are humiliating and embarrassing and we don't want to talk about it. And so we've cleared the air and my husband will go, I don't remember reading the booth. But and I'm hopeful that some of it he doesn't. But that's
It's part of being 50. You'll be there
I got a while to go there.
soon.
No. Hey, you know what though? I'll take it over the alternative. When you've been at death's door that many times. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm gonna put this out there as a trigger warning. My husband's here to support me through this, so let me just put this out here. So I want to give a little support to the women here for a minute. I get such an honor to meet the most amazing women. I hate them. The fact my husband just what is that? That nasty bug. I just totally lost my train. But
You
Yeah.
give support to the women.
I want to give support to the women because it is incredibly hard. And my husband and I have talked about this. I had to go this week to this
Pre-op?
female doctor.
Oh.
And that is, if you've been abused, if you've been sexually abused, it is a very hard thing to do. A lot of people say you can't be raped by your spouse. I don't know, babe, if you've ever heard that, but people do say you can't be raped by your spouse, which is absolute horseshit because you absolutely can. And I went, this is probably my very, very least favorite thing medically to be involved in and do. is to go and get this schmear done. And all women have it or should have it done. And I go in there and I have a phenomenal female doctor, luckily. And of course, while I'm doing this, Faith is in the waiting area and text my husband a prank of some really buff dude in scrubs and said, "This is who is diving into mom," which I didn't know about at the time. Anyway, so I'm in there and they say, "Okay, well, we got to do this test. You got to lay down. We're going to check everything, blah, blah, blah." This is a very hard thing for me to do. So, and it's not just because I'm vulnerable, but I'm laying on this table. There's 3 people in the room and they're like, "Okay." And they tell me, "We see all your scars." And we're talking about intimately. This is a big trigger. I'm putting a trigger warning on it. It's out there. So, but I was stabbed a dozen times. An attempt of cutting out Faith was attempted. There are scars down there, and there's internal scars, and it's embarrassing. And I laid on this table, and I was ungodly uncomfortable. And this wonderful woman tried, she held my hand, she wiped my tears, and she was like, "Okay, we got to take a biopsy." And that's scary. I don't care who you are, what age you are, anything of that nature. We're going to take a biopsy. Well, they don't just do biopsies unless they think for some reason that there's a reason to. And so they took a biopsy of my uterus and we're waiting on the results. So I'm someone, if you know me, who cannot stand the unknown. I don't like it. I don't want it. I don't bring it to me. Like for presents and stuff, I hate surprises. I don't want to know what they are. Just give it to me and call it a day. Like my husband's already gotten the majority of his birthday gifts and his birthday's not even here yet. I just am not the surprise person. So they're, doing all of these tests and they're telling me, "Oh, your pelvic bone's not in place. Nothing really we can do about that. Yes, there's a lot of scar tissue in here. Oh my God." And then they start talking like obviously things were done with things that didn't involve body parts. And hearing it, it's a trigger. You don't plan on it to be, you don't want it to be, it's been a very long time and I'm sitting there and I don't want to be anywhere but there. I wouldn't let Faith be in the room. I had her right outside the door in the waiting area, like 5 feet from me, literally. The doctor had a nurse watching, make sure she was good. Thank God. But it was tough because, first of all, to take a piece of your uterus feels like ridiculous contractions, which is kind of like I did enough of that after several days of labor. And then they scrape in there, which is kind of not so cool, not so much fun. And then I call it the duck bill that they put in there. It's just like I really want to be anywhere but here. And so my husband is phenomenal. He's so supportive and loving and gracious, and understanding. But women, that is just a trigger. It is. You're not expecting it to be. I kind of wondered. I have honestly kind of slacked off on my OB appointments because I really don't like feeling vulnerable sitting there spread eagle where people are like, I gave them my medical history, told them what was going on, but the actual words I heard back were, "We weren't expecting that. Like, we didn't think we'd see that kind of scarring." And that's really hard because, obviously I haven't seen all my own scarring down there, but it's tough. And I think women need to be more supported in just doing something that we have to do routinely. Years and years and years down the road, you would think it's not going to be that bad. And it is. And then on top of it, say, well, we have to check to see if there's anything cancerous in there, makes it 10 times worse because of the unknown. One of our fears is if something happens, making sure Faith's taken care of. Because, there's so many things that have to be done a certain way for her to have great care that she deserves and needs. So I'm gonna be quiet because my husband has this look on his face. I don't want him to tell me what he's thinking right now. But if you are a woman and you've gone through this or you're about to go through this, reach out to me. I'm happy to talk with you. I'm happy to help you any way I can with this. It was a challenge. It was, it was tough. It really was. it's you would think it got easier over time. This didn't. This was like, and I don't know if it was mainly because they were such shock and awe. This was my first appointment as a patient with this practice. Phenomenal people, but just like, ugh, oh my God, kind of reaction. So what are you thinking as you're looking at me like this?
I always look at you.
I know, but this wave right now is a little.
So I just want to say thank you for sharing that. It was tough. It was hard. But you know what's harder? That thing that they're gonna shove up my flesh crevice because I'm turning 50 and I have to have this thing called a colonoscopy.
I've had one. It doesn't hurt. It's not
Okay.
bad. Well,
That's harder.
They love you.
That's what just love to hear.
You'll be twilighting.
Every day I wake up, I want to hear, we're gonna lube you up now, buddy.
They will twilight you. That's what you have to say after what I just shared. I was vulnerable and opened up, and you're making it about you and your anal cavity. Are you kidding?
My flesh crevice.
Are you serious? You're gonna make it about you when I'm trying to like give love, hope, and support to women out there.
You were too serious.
No, it has to be done.
I know it has to be done.
Yeah,
because I have to live for y'all.
That's right. I mean, literally, it's only like that long.
Are you kidding me? That's 4 feet.
Oh, man, exactly. Oh, it's 8 inches and it's 2. I love that. Like, seriously, it's not a big deal. I had a bronchoscopy and a colonoscopy at the same time. And it's not that big of a deal. You know, a lot of people.
It is a big deal to me.
No.
When that's an exit only.
Okay.
Okay.
Here's the thing a lot of people don't know. When you have been strangled or choked like I was, then the bone in your throat, your hyoid bone, is broken and your throat swells up often. So I would have to have my throat stretched. No kidding, no whatever. So I would have to go in and have this done. And so they would have to go in there and stretch it because I was choking on everything trying to eat. I would literally choke on my food. My throat would close up because of the damage. Like if I get laryngitis, it stays 10 times longer because of the damage to my vocal cords. So having that done sucks. But literally, to go in and have a colonoscopy is not that big of a deal. It really isn't.
Then take my place.
I would. Absolutely. It hurts more to get the IV put in your arm or your hand, and then it has to have a pretty big catheter, the IV.
Thanks.
And then they just twilight you, and you're basically awake in the room. They put you on your side.
Right.
They do. They put you on your side, and I joked around. It was like, you could have bought me dinner first, or whatever, because I had a great gastroenterologist.
Right. Just go ahead and shave my ass while you're back there.
They don't shave it. They don't do any of that. But you do know that they are. But here's the one piece of suggestion: don't look at the equipment when you go into the room because
what am I gonna do? Look at me in the eyes?
Well, you could look at him in the eye
or her.
Sure, no, you'll have him. You look. Of course I will. You just have to don't look at the camera because the thing.
I want to look at the camera.
No, you'll have a screen in front of you can watch, and they advance the tubing. No, a camera on it up your. And it just.
And can I say please?
And push it and push it and push it.
Don't. Stop.
You have all that jelly in your
You just get nasty.
Yo. You know what? Now here's the thing. Women, we bleed a week a month. We carry kids. Our bodies take on all new shapes. And the only thing you guys have to do
I'm gonna be gush of blood.
You don't bleed. You don't bleed. Stop being a wussy. Listen, all I'm saying.
I need to have some guy talk on this.
Women go through 10 times more a month, a year, whatever, in comparison. All you got to do is lay down and get it up to pooper scooper. That's it. And that's it. And y'all complain like little whiny kids. It hurts. If it saves your life, seriously? I mean, give birth. Oh, wait, that's why women do it.
You're made for that.
But still.
Was that a joke?
Yeah, it was. It's not bad. Just don't look at the camera when you roll it in. Because it'll be on the side.
Oh, at the instrument. that's gonna be up there?
It looks like this,
Uh-huh.
and the tip of it is a camera.
The tip. Just the tip.
Just the tip. And you have a screen in front of you, at least one. I did, and they just,
Right.
just-
Oh, wish y'all could see these visuals.
I mean, maybe they'll let me sing for you, and then you'll be like, what?
No. I'll be singing.
Oh yeah.
I'll be singing.
Head nuts roasting on an open fire. Oh, you can sing Baby's Got Back.
No, I'll be singing salt and pepper. Push it real good.
Like that. Well, no, it's about like that thick.
You got your finger in a 1-inch diameter. Okay?
It's not an inch.
That's an inch.
It just goes,
Okay.
But
There you are again.
I don't. You remember how Faith got that NG tube pulled out?
Oh, yes.
And it was like long and hard, and it came right.
It was not hard. It was pliable.
Fine. Well, it's gonna be, that they pull out of your butt.
Okay, thanks. Can we move on?
But why not?
There's that butt again.
I'm here for you. You won't have to sit on a donut or anything afterwards. It's not like that. It's not bad.
I ready to sit on a butt cushion in my van.
I know. I got it for you.
Butt cushions are great for us old guys
So then this will
with flat butts.
This is not going to be a big deal. Seriously. Do you complain when you have to cough and they grab a hold down there too? You complain about that?
Oh yeah.
Are you kidding me? Every year, a woman has to have these duckbills open up and say, "Oh," and they go in there and they scrape and whatever, and they just cup you. Seriously, y'all need to have more respect for us women. We go through more shit.
On to the next subject.
What would you like the subject to be, since your butt's out of whack about it?
I don't rightly know. But let's end it here.
You said butt.
This is the end.
But all.
Yeah.
Oh.
Thank y'all for listening to A Contagious Smile, Unstoppable. Please, for the love of God, go on the website and click and buy Faith's book. Y'all.
Which one?
The one about me.
Why is it always got to be about you?
Okay, tell me about the other one she's written.
There's many.
I'll tell you about the one that she's written about me.
But you're not looking. Faith can't wait for you to get your colonoscopy. She's offered to help assist.
No. What she would do, her idea of lube
Going in from your mouth
would be Frank's hot sauce.
I'll assist.
Yeah. No, thank you.
I do it for you.
Love you.
You won't let me do it? Look at that nice wallet. Tell everybody about your wallet you got. That's super cool.
My darling kid got me a wallet with her picture, my picture on there. And it's in leather. It's engraved. That's my kid. I was gonna sit here and do this, but got caught up in the show. Unstoppable. Victoria Curie. Solomon
Okay, pages.
with Michael.
Hey, I did have somebody else ask about my singing.
And Stucco. You better not sing for somebody. Are they singing? You singing for somebody?
No.
You got a sexy 900 voice.
Stop it.
Yes, you do.
I do not.
You cackle like a witch.
That's
But-
not nice.
It is nice. I love it.
I had someone say that they've heard something before about me singing and asked if I would ever sing on the show. And I was like, what?
If you do, so help me.
Why?
I will be right here listening to you.
Why? Because I'll get rid of all of our listeners.
No, you sound great.
I do not.
You sound like a little angel.
Am I your Nora Jones?
No,
Thanks.
you're my Victoria.
Yeah, I know, but you think Nora Jones has a sexy voice.
I love her voice.
Okay.
She sounds real good.
You compare me to her?
Yes. Wait, is that your question?
Maybe.
Is this another red dress fat joke thing? Does this dress make me look fat?
I never asked you that. Ever. But
Bye, y'all. You take us out.
thanks, guys. We'll talk to you later. Oh, look, there's his butt.